Hey
Hey,
there,
Coach, we'll get started with questions from Leah. Leah, go ahead.
Cheryl,
Leah.
when we see Sil with the ball in her hands, when she has, you know, one of those huge nights where she's doing everything, what seems to be the biggest factor of her teammates being able to get her the ball without forcing the issue?
I think, we've talked about this, just your recognition off ball. When you don't have the ball in your hands and someone else is making a play, you have to have an understanding when the ball gets in your hands, what does it look like? Is still being played high side? Is she being played low side? Are they behind? Where are they? So that you know the next pass. And there's just I think just being intentional about where we're going to throw it, but you got to execute it. So there's many times that Sil's open and we don't execute getting her the ball in terms of the location of the pass, the height of the pass. So those are the things that Sil's, if Sil's asking for it, she's having a normal game and she's doing her thing, asking for it, don't have to run plays for her. She's just going to be somebody that's going to be bearing you for position. You just got to be mindful that that's where the ball should go. She shoots better than 60% down there.
Kent, go ahead.
Yeah, stylistically, Vegas kind of seems like an outlier in the sense that they don't take a lot of threes. You know what they do in the post, both offensively and defensively. Is it hard to go from playing a team like Atlanta to then playing a team like Vegas in terms of the stylistic difference?
The paint is important to both teams, both Atlanta and Vegas. They just get there differently, and so that's what we were telling the team, stylistically or from a scouting standpoint. This is not, a shell help, try to keep them out of the paint type of thing. This is a, direct entries to the post and transition, running plays, that they're just, anything punch, run an action, boom, throw it in. So the paint is important in both cases. It's just the emphasis of how to keep them out of the paint changes a little bit.
Jack, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I was curious kind of which game within the game or which kind of front the game are you most excited to looking forward to seeing your team competing tonight?
I think they're rising up to the challenge, when a team's averaging 91 points, rising up to the challenge that they don't get their 91. And, we've got a goal, like we do every game, but in this game in particular, in terms of a method of how we can do it. So that's what I'm most looking forward to is can we rise up to the challenge that we've posed to them?
Any other questions for Coach?
Yeah, I've got one. Hi, Cheryl. Pat here. Non-basketball question. I know you probably want to talk a little bit about Pride Night, but this is also a day where Derek Chauvin was sentenced. I wondered whether either of those topics, how much that's been discussed among your team and among your staff in the last day and a half, and what folks are saying about it.
It's one of those stretches for us, that it's hard to split our time and our attention. We certainly are aware of current events. I have not been around the team a lot, to know of any conversations about the news today, about the sentencing, of 22 and a half years. So I don't know their thoughts, at this time on that. And, Pride is not just a night for us. So it's something that's talked about a fair amount in conversations throughout the year for those of us that, are, fighting the fight for all marginalized people. And, obviously the LGBTQ community is important to us. Thank you.
Any last questions? Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Coach.